All right, everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome back to Let's Talk Hurricanes. Your host around here as I go over Saturday's game when our boys, yes, our University of Miami Hurricane football team played California. Yes, them Cal Bears, baby. Yes. What a finish. This is another wild finish again. This is the same thing that we had when we played with Virginia Tech and we won by 4 points. The final score was 38 Miami Hurricanes to Virginia Tech 34. Now, just like I said, it was a defensive coordinator missed key assignments to the players because one, when you go ahead on and have your defense put up that much number in points, there's something wrong with your defense, especially in the secondary part. One, you wasn't getting no pressure on the quarterback that much, and two, secondary was missing key assignments and coverage. So this is the same thing that happened with the University of California, Cal Bears. Same thing. The Canes won 39-38, but by 1 point. What if it was the opposite way around? California Bears had 39 to Hurricanes 38. You know, shut them boys down on. They went for it on fourth and 5 and shut them down. So this is the same thing here that University of California was watching Virginia Tech and was watching a lot of key missed assignments in the game. Yeah, we came up with the victory, but right now we got to go ahead and fix our defense, because if our defense is giving up 2 games straight, that's a total of 72 points. Y'all gave up 34 points in Virginia Tech. Y'all gave up 38 points in University of California, in their backyard. Yeah, we spanked them in their backyard by 1 point, but look at the point that was given up by our defense. And that's the thing here that we have to go ahead on and think about, because we looking at like, wow, that's 2 straight games with high scoring off on the defense. And when we play Louisville, I know the offensive coordinator is looking at the Hurricanes defense, because it's a lot of gaps in the secondary, and it probably was not getting no rushing and a lot of key blown assignments in coverage. And University of Louisville is going to go ahead and look at that there. So the Cardinals going to sit down and say, you know what, we found this here. We can eat up on this certain player on defense. We can eat up on that certain player on defense, and tell the offensive line to give the quarterback as much time needed to pass that ball and get that running game going. I ain't really worrying about Cam Ward, because Cam Ward did his thing like always. And when you got a quarterback that just stay focused and stay humble to the game and know what he have to do. Yes. Now he threw the ball for 35 of 53. Ouch. He attempted 53 passes, only completed 35 for 437 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Yes, Bears defense was able to force him into a bad throw, and he got picked off. But just like I said, Cam Ward does his thing like he's supposed to as a quarterback. Stay humble, stay strong, and guide his team to the victory. So that's not the issue right there. The thing here is our defense. To give up 38 points to the Golden Bears. They 3-2, so they're pretty good. We cruising at 6-0 right now, so it's not really an issue with that there. But to give up that much in points, especially on your defense, because the defense secondary gave up 297 yards in the air, and on the ground, well, they held the ground in check. They don't have 73 yards on the ground, so basically they just forced some boys to go air it out. The running game was pretty decent. They gave up 2 touchdowns on the ground, and they gave up 2 touchdowns in the air, and was able to force an interception. But that's just too many points the defense gave up, and California Golden Bears was looking at their tape from last week game when they played Virginia Tech, And they noticed there was a lot of key misassignments in the secondary. I noticed that too when I analyzed out the footage of everything. It was a lot of key misassignments given on in the secondary. I mean, blown coverages here and there, and no rushing from the front five, because they rushing five plus the linebacker and they dropping coverage. So that's another thing they have to go ahead on and work out right there, is to go ahead on and get everything situated. So with Cam Ward, like I said, he completed 35 of 53 for 437 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rushing yards, you had Fletcher Jr. had 11 carries for 81 yards, a touchdown. Damian Martinez, 12 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown. Cam Ward, 6 carries, 15 yards and a touchdown. I mean, Jordan Lyle, he participated with 2 carries for 4 yards. And when you got the team pushing like that and your quarterback scoring, it's non-stop. So that's another thing that needs to be addressed right there. It's non-stop. On the receiving end, Restrepo had a good career high day. He had 7 receptions for 163 yards and no touchdown. Isaiah Horton had 9 receptions for 83 yards and a touchdown. Jacoby George, 5 receptions for 59 yards. Damian Martinez, 4 receptions for 51 yards. Samuel Brown, 4 receptions for 43 yards. Elijah Lofton, 1 reception for 24 yards. Elijah Ario, 3 receptions for 14 yards. And you know, good gracious, that's a total of 35 receptions for 437 yards in the air and 2 touchdowns. So when you got the boys pushing like that, there's no issue with that. And that's the thing there that I like about Cam Ward. He know how to find his target. He got multiple threats on the field. It's just not one guy he's throwing to. He got multiple threats in the passing game that he could go ahead and throw to. If he can't find nobody open in the receiving section, he know how to check the ball down to his running backs and let them gain comfortable yards and keep the sticks moving. So that's a good thing right there. Now, team stats in total on both sides. As I said, Cam Ward had 35 for 53 for 437 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. And then you had F. Mendoza had 11 for 22 for 285 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception on the reception. On the rushing side, Fletcher was a beast, 11 carries for 81 yards, and Jay Brady had 1 carry for 20 yards. That was their longest. They averaged a total of 77 yards on the ground, but it just wasn't enough to go ahead on and say, hey, we're going to run the ball down the Canes defense. Canes defense said, y'all got to do better than that. And they was passing on them. So the thing was, the offensive line of Cal State Bears, Golden Bears, they was holding the defensive line in check of Miami, allowing Mendoza to find some time and find his targets down the field. Now, on the receiving side, you had Restrepo had 7 receptions for 163 yards. And on Bears side, you had injuries with 3 receptions for 78 yards and a touchdown. Now, it just was all Hurricanes. I just cannot lie to you about that. It was all Hurricanes. Total yards were 575 yards to Cal State, 370 yards. Now, y'all got to keep in mind, our defense gave up 370 yards of total offense. They forced a turnover, but they gave us some touchdowns as well too. So that was a big thing there, that they was moving the ball down the field on us and was able to score. Now, turnovers was pretty dead even. They both had a turnover apiece, but first downs was all Hurricane with 30 first downs to Golden Bears 12 first downs. Time of possession, it's just all Hurricane, even though they control the ball, but the defense and defensive coordinators, y'all got to get it together, because right now it's two games straight that your defense was taken apart. And defense coordinators, y'all got to get back to fundamentals with y'all defensive players and say, hey, y'all are missing key assignments. Y'all not getting pressure on the quarterback. Y'all giving the quarterback too much time to find targets down the field and keep the sticks moving. Now, the time of possession of the Hurricane was 37 minutes and 35 seconds to California Golden Bears 22 seconds and 25 minutes. Now, I hope that the Hurricanes defensive coordinator to fix their defense because y'all got Louisville up next. And I already know that offensive coaches are already watching the footage of those two games from Virginia Tech and California Golden Bears highlights and saw a sluggish defense. If opposing teams could come in and put up 34 points and they are going somebody else back up and they could put up 38 points, we got an issue with our secondary breakdown coverage as well as our pass rush. So defensive coordinators, y'all get back to fundamentals and let's go ahead and shut down Louisville on October 19th. That's a Saturday. So get your tickets. If you ain't going to the game, watch the game at home. Root for your home team. Let's go Hurricanes. I want to thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.